SMS marketing. So this is cool. I caught a podcast yesterday, which is Unofficial Shopify Podcast by Kurt Elster. It was from the Klaviyo Conference and covered a number of topics there. One of the big ones was SMS marketing. I think Klaviyo released support for SMS marketing. And I had a couple of thoughts on this. So for one, there was another e-commerce SMS thing I saw recently. I think it's called Live something. But anyways, it was basically a tool that does SMS marketing for e-commerce. And I had tweeted it out. I was like, this looks interesting. And I got a very strong reply from a buddy, from somebody on Twitter that was like, not only would I not use this site, I would actively encourage everybody I know not to use a site that texts me. Now, that's a strong response. And one of the things that was in the Unofficial Shopify podcast was Kurt was talking to people about, hey, what are your thoughts on SMS? People are definitely hesitant about it. And a lot of people's response was basically like, yeah, it is something people can be concerned about, but if you do it right, essentially, then it can work. So SMS is one of those things. Text messages are one of those things where people are very protective of their SMS inbox, right? So people could get pretty annoyed by receiving those on the one hand. On the other hand, it could be a powerful marketing channel. I mean, it's the story of email all over again, which is people used to hate, getting automated emails, or they'd complain about it a lot, but everybody's like, well, it works. And then people just sort of accepted it. Even though it still maybe is a little bit annoying. And then there's less attention on the email inbox over time, although it's still a powerful channel. It's kind of that same deal. I have to say personally, I've actually been starting to whitelist text messages. So there's a feature on Pixel where you can just only have text messages come through for people that you know, people in your contact book or favorites or whatever. And I've been doing that because I'll get random texts or random spam phone calls. So I've started to do that, right? So it's less of an issue for me. I don't even see most texts right away. Also, I've been paying attention to what Gary Vee is doing with regards to text messages, and he's been talking a lot about that lately. It's really interesting. So has a text message thing where people can text him, and he sends out texts and things like that. And I heard him talking about, actually, he did an interview with somebody on his podcast who got on the podcast through his text message list. And what he had said was he's being very thoughtful about how to give a lot of value. And so for him, he gives out all of his information for free, all of his best stuff. So what he said was, it's not so much that there's anything different content I can give out, but what I can give out that's unique is access to him directly. So things like maybe somebody can get flown out to meet with him. Maybe somebody can have a dinner with him. He's brought people on his podcast through the text program. So giving people a unique amount of access to him personally is what he's using text for. And he said he's just really being very thoughtful about how to give a lot of value and how to respect that SMS inbox. And I think that's really smart. And that'll look different for everybody, right? For different e-commerce merchants, that'll look different. But I think that principle is going to apply, is that if you are going to text somebody, respect how important that SMS inbox is. There is a lot of attention there. There is quick replies. People do see their texts quickly. They pay a lot of attention to their texts. So respect that. And if you're going to send them texts, make sure there's good stuff in there.